Okay, so I was really drawn to do a collective read. I am in the middle of still doing the individual zodiac signs, but I was making a post on my Facebook about the full moon on May 5th coming up and the lunar eclipse that is with it. So I think we're going to do this instead of a full moon message, pick a card probably too. So just a complete general collective spread. Okay, and I was drawn to several decks that I haven't used in a while too. So let's see what's going on for you guys and what you need to know. As I'm saying this, I hear strength and ability. So Spirit would like you to know you have the strength to go through this phase, okay? I feel like for some of you, the eclipse energy with the full moon energy is igniting some old stuff within, some old battle wounds, some old scars coming up to the surface. Okay, you are not alone at this time. A lot of people are dealing with adversity in their lives, racism, loneliness, depression, loss, grief, guilt, shame, a lot of things, okay? So just know that you are not alone, and somebody out there is in the same boat as you too. And your spirit team is around you every day. So you guys, I feel like definitely gonna start seeing the numbers and the signs as well. Oh, look at that. We'll take them. We have self-love, playful, and love. Inner child healing, childhood trauma. And it doesn't even have to be childhood. This could have been, you know, in your adulthood, some sort of situation you're trying to heal from. Some abuse, abandonment, or neglect, because that can happen to us in adulthood as well. We've got 44 right in the middle. A cat may be significant to you. If you're thinking about adopting, it's a good idea. That's going to give you the love that you need. This cat, it may be driving you crazy. My cat's driving me crazy today, but they're just really playful today. Also, these messages are timeless, regardless of the date and time I mention, okay? We have conclusion. Conclusions are within reach. There will be movement, and you taking a risk, though. And it's like you're forbidding yourself to have hope about a situation, about a previous deceitful thing. Okay, let's put these back, because I'm going to pull more cards from a different deck. This one. Okay. Also, if you're wanting to connect more with your spirit guides and your teams, it's a good idea to figure out what part of the brain the information's coming from. I'm being guided to say this for a reason, right? Think about your grocery list or your to-do list for tomorrow and fill out which part of the brain that's coming from. Is it coming from the left side in the back? That's usually where mine comes from whenever I'm thinking with my logical mind, my rational mind. When you get creative or playful, you get creative ideas or something comes in, rethink it and see which part it's coming from. Chances are it's going to be coming from the intuitive side, the right side. Okay, well, get more clarity, right? The temple of my body. And look at her. She's like holding her body. So going through some self-love healing, some self-worth. Number 2, number 32. So we have 322 here, or 232. You could be seeing double numbers instead of the 1111 and 222. You could be seeing like 511, 522, etc. What's the playful card? Triumph of Lies. Whoa, there's a lot of energy around me. I'm hearing like distant ringing in both of my ears. Some pressure going on too. Let's get a look for the love card too. Fated to suffer. Again with the generational patterns. Nixing the generational patterns, and I know the majority of us are like, we're nothing like our parents, or we grew up thinking, I don't want to be like my parents, yada yada yada. But there are things within our DNA and things that get embedded into our energy that sometimes we can't help. Sometimes our parents teach us to be super overreactive on things. Sometimes they teach us to be super mindful of things. And even if you weren't actively taught these things, it was in their energy, it was in their beliefs. Okay, there's some things involving love and how you think love is supposed to be, that was passed down to you, that you're nixing. Okay, and it's like you kept telling yourself this with this triumph of lies, that I'm fated to suffer, I don't know, nothing goes right for me, etc., etc. But this is all up here. What's on the bottom of the deck? Downcast pride. Alone in the world. Naked before the stars. The child I was meant to be. Peaceful among the thorns. So to others, you remain peaceful on the outside. They have no idea what you're worrying about on the inside, because these things, no, you're not going to vocalize them out because you don't want to be considered vulnerable or childish. I also heard narcissistic. You don't want to be viewed as narcissistic, that's fine as well, but I don't think you are. Even narcissism can be passed down, unfortunately. And see, what I've come to know is that even though there's a card here too, fragmentation, okay? Pieces of your soul are coming back to you. And the only way to heal it is to feel it. So some of these things are coming up. You're going to be I heard bold-faced lies too. So maybe you've given some bold-faced lies. And I mean, we've all lied, right? We've got triumph of lies right here. Maybe you've lied about something. Maybe you've lied about your age, or I don't know. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. It's no judgment on our part, either or, okay? And please just keep in mind, I am the messenger. And I'm just trying to deliver these messages in the kindest way and manner I know how, okay? Anyways, let's go back here. Where were we going with this? Fragmented pieces of what you thought love was supposed to be. And then we have the child I was meant to be, okay? You, as a child, you weren't given the love that you were supposed to have. I mean, that's just that. You weren't treated how you were supposed to. You weren't treated to know that your self-worth is just more than what the outside looks like. It's on the inside what really matters, right? There's a reason why that saying is, beauty's only skin deep. Now, I'm not saying that you're superficial or that that's your belief. I'm just saying, like, there's like a brief moment in your healing time where you're going to go through this. Okay. You are not fated to suffer. But when we have this idea, what else could go wrong? You could have like half siblings and half blood relatives, or like distant, even step things that maybe, like my dad raised my oldest sister, and my oldest sister is my half sibling. We have the same mother, but we have different dads. But my dad raised her. My dad met my mom when my oldest sister was 10 years old, and he raised her. He took care of her. He provided for her. So anyways, there's something there. And even that, if that's the situation with you, and if this is a parent, a step parent that you've been dealing with, their beliefs and ideas can be, this is where I was going earlier, they can be impression upon you. They can imprint on you, because as children, we are very susceptible to receiving energies in as our own. As children, we're usually very open-minded, right? Silly, also, I just heard silly. But we're sponges. We're like little sponges in the sense of we pick up on things, we pick up on vibes, but also they pick up on, Okay, so let's go back to the stepdad, okay? Example, his ideas and beliefs around money or career, okay, is projected out of his energetic field. His thoughts and beliefs project from him, right? And as a child, you could be around absorbing that energy. So his beliefs and ideas later on in life could become your beliefs and ideas around something. Does that make sense? If it does, please let me know in the comments, because sometimes I feel like I'm just rambling. Today is May 1st, the beginning of Beltane, the celebration of Beltane. There's some other words for it as well. But anyways, what else is for this read? What else do we have? Actually, they're having me pick. Instead of them flying out, they want me to choose like this. So just know, if you're into doing tarot and oracle, or if you're just starting, you're trying to get comfortable with it, there's no wrong way to pull the cards, okay? High Priestess of Spirit. the moon. Look, we've got 2 cats here. Well, that's crazy. Skulls, you might be seeing skulls a lot too, or skeletons. Oh yeah, okay, so also with the skeletons here, I heard coming out of the closet. So skeletons that were in your closet are coming out with this moon phase. Number 5, you're going to embark upon a significant change. Number 32 is also number 5. So there's something within yourself that you are reminded. There might be something in your life that you feel is a constant reminder that you're fated to suffer, or it's a constant reminder of something that was broken in the past, or a part of you that's broken, or something. If it's a person, you can't really get rid of it, especially if it's a kid, right? But if there are material objects that tie you, that give you memories about a past situation, get fucking rid of them. Or if they're crucial to your existence right now, cleanse them, release the energy from them. Also needing to release the energy and the cords from that previous person, situation, or thing. Loyalty, obedience, focus, fragment. And look, we've got fragmentation right there. And then the fledgling in the reverse. So this card in this deck is victim mentality, self-pity and sorrow. And that's in reverse. So it's like you're coming out of it. I have to let this cat out or he's going to keep meowing. Go on, get it. And there was sign number 3 about a cat. I don't know if you heard me. 11:41 on the timer, and that was sign number 3 with a cat. It was a black cat, and there's a black cat on this moon card. So it's like there's a lot of self things that you're going through, and it's reflection upon yourself. Maybe how you treated somebody in the past. Maybe we weren't very loyal to that person. Number 33 there. But obedience, she's standing on a box with the sword and the scales of justice. Something coming into balance, something that you can't see yet. You're being blinded by something, or maybe you're blinded by this truth, blinded from this truth for a long time, and it's just now coming to the surface for you. Yeah, she's got a bow and arrow. There's light at the end. It says focus. So focusing on the light of the situation. Spirits behind you. Sorry, can you hear that mower? Fragments, and there's a ghost here. So there's like literally ghosting yourself, parts of yourself that are shedding away and ending. Okay, that card wanted the fledgling again. And I'm going to cut the deck. High Priestess of Air. Spirit is around you. You could be sensing spirits too. I did just say that card looked like a ghost. So, you know, I've actually seen some ghosts in my life, and I did not even realize they were actual ghosts. They were, they look like live walking people. You know how I know they were ghosts? Because the people around me didn't see them. And one of the ghosts I saw was in a church in Shakota, and it wasn't until like a week later that I realized that this guy had passed away like a few weeks or a few months before that meeting with him. Okay, he passed away in another country, and they were talking about him. I was like, holy crap, I saw him. He was walking down the hall, and I remember he looked right at me too, and I remember thinking, well, why isn't he in a group chatting with somebody? Because he's very prominent in the community, right? So it was just very strange. So you could be seeing ghosts, smelling ghosts as well, I just heard, and not even realize it. I'm going to pause it until this thing is gone. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled cards because the mower just kept going around in the front. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for my yard being mowed. We have boundaries, divine protection, nurture. Okay, reminder to nurture yourself through these times. You are not fated to suffer. Keep in mind that we get what we put out. This message comes out time and fucking time again. And we were talking about energetic fields and imprinting and picking up other ideas because you're fucking empathic, my loves, okay? Whether you want to believe in it or not, I'm sorry, but it's true. I mean, you're not fated to suffer. And if you are expecting things to go wrong in your life, they're gonna go wrong because that's the vibe you're putting out. So your energy is a boomerang. You get what you give out. Like, I don't know. Here's another example they're giving me is like, say you weren't that loyal, because we did have the loyal card come out, loyalty. Say you weren't that loyal to somebody in a previous relationship, and I just heard who didn't deserve it, okay? Say you weren't very loyal to them, and then in the next relationship you get in, the person you're with isn't loyal to you. That's karma, okay? For one, that's karma. That's not giving, but you gave it out in the previous relationship. So in the next relationship, you were receiving it, right? Just like if you get a flat tire one day and then you're like, oh my God, what else could go wrong? So the universe is like, she vibing low on wondering what can go wrong. Well, let's show her. So there's this need to know that you are worthy, regardless of what or who you did wrong to in the past. You are worthy of protection from the divine. You are worthy to set boundaries, better boundaries within yourself, better boundaries around people, with other people, but also worthy in receiving the good that wants to come towards you, the love that wants to come towards you. You are very, very worthy of and deserving of it, regardless of what's going on. So let's get more on self-worth. This, though, with self-worth and boundaries, though, the temple of my body, there's something you're needing to set better boundaries on yourself with. Disciplinary action. And then we did have that card with the lady standing on the box and the sword and the scales that said obedience. So there's that connection card. Also, I heard placing outside validation on somebody to make you feel like you're worthy of something. Maybe you don't feel like you're worthy to be in this union with this person. Maybe you feel like you're not deserving of them, but Spirit is saying, oh, contraire, my dear, you are. And I don't even use that word contraire. There's concern around protection or communion? No, ceremony. Thank you. Concern. You are divinely protected. There could be a playful spirit in your house too. 333 right here too. Mind, body, soul. But also the 3 is the number of ascended masters as well. God, Jesus, whomever. And then we do have the spirit card here too. The High Priestess of Spirit with number 7. House. Something around a house that's very Lovers in reverse. Thoughts. I think that whole deck was in reverse. This card fell over this, so I'm going to take it. Adjudication. And look, this judge is looking at her like, I don't fucking believe you. Another number 3 too. Healing from a previous split. What's the concern card? And divine protection is number 3 as well. You've got 33, 33, 33. You've got 5 3s together. Divinely protected. Okay, you might be fearing death or feeling like you're have a fated illness or something. Fated to suffer. There could be something you're scared of. Maybe there's a lot of cancer in your family or mental illnesses or something, but you are not fated to suffer, okay? This is concerning for you, and Spirit's saying you're divinely protected, okay? Whatever you feel like you're getting a message on that you're fixing to kick the bucket or someone, you know, that's fear feeding into you. Fear finds you. The little demonic fear mongrels, okay? Something about nurturing your child in your household as well. You will receive a message or a gift from an official person. This is going to help you on your pathway to work and resources to unexpected income, okay? There's going to be significant, there's an older passed on masculine figure that's helping you, okay? They regard you in high honor, and you're being called away from the community or the people around you that you used to hang with. You're moving away from them for a reason, okay? This is change that has to happen. If it didn't happen, then it would regard you very ill, okay? It would message of concern, like too concerning for you. It gives you a lot of mental and emotional anguish to keep connecting with this person or this group and taking their fears and worries on as your own. Oh, also, I feel like I want to pull a romance card here. Trust. A situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, it'll all work out exactly how it's supposed to. Maybe you're fearing that they're going to want to divorce you before, okay, they want to divorce you before they even marry you? I don't know. But there is a strong magnetic attraction here. Strong magnetic attraction. Okay, guys are funny and showing affection, right? Especially if they're a really guy's guy. Let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. I just saw their couch, so maybe you're needing to go stay with a friend for a little while, or you're needing to run it by a friend so they can see it from a different, help you see it from a different perspective, okay? But it is safe for you to love, okay? Open your heart and give to receive the highest energy of all. And also, this could be someone who's coming in to want to give you a proposal, and maybe you're just worried about actually settling down and making that commitment to them because of previous instances. You let somebody get really close to you and then it turned out to not be the greatest relationship of your life, right? Replaying conversations over and over. Okay, well, maybe I'll do a love reading after this one, but let's get on with moving these cards out of the way. The coffin does not mean physical death, okay? An end of a situation happened for a reason. And for some of you others, you are shedding parts of your ego. You're literally going through ego deaths, okay? And sometimes they can be really scary. They can really make us feel really confused, really ungrounded, scared for what the future holds, scared on anticipating an outcome. So anticipate good, okay? Just nurture yourself through it. Try to be playful. Try to focus on the light. Playing with kids also, since the child card came out. A kitty cat, they get really playful, right? A theme, commander of power. Know your worth. Because you're a very powerful being. Your thoughts create your own reality. Very powerful magician, sorceress, goddess, god, whatever you want to characterize as. Cloak, camouflage. Number 13, number 23, more threes here. And then what's the love card? Whoa. Retreat, cave. So you could be called to retreat from a particular situation. And look, I have spider with patterns, weaving a web, right? Crone with releasing patterns. This is great insight that's coming towards you. You're going to see owls after this too. Nemesis with lessons, okay? Mushrooms may be significant to someone. Mushroom hunting. Morals. Wand, intention. Intention where you're putting your energy, right? Initiation. I mentioned initiation in the Facebook post. What's after crone? Perception, a mirror. Yeah, your perception is changing. Look, you're the phoenix. You're rising. You might not feel like it. You might not feel like you're getting anywhere right now in life, but you are. You are healing exactly how you were supposed to. It could be a fear of death that we're needing to release as well. There is another side. No, you will not be banished to hell, okay? Regardless of what your ideas and beliefs and regardless of what you've done or how you've treated people or yourself in this lifetime. We've got two cards here right next to each other also, 2727 and fragmentation. I'm going to read the book meaning to that card probably in a minute. Let's get a little more and then I'm going to close it up. Gather. So right now you're gathering information. You're gathering, your higher self has been leading you to gather certain resources. Have you ever been like really drawn to, like I was drawn to purchase certain herbs and keep rinse and dry eggshells, that sort of thing, and then later on I ended up using them in certain protective things for myself, right? And later on I get a message about using, like, oh hey, this situation calls for such and such. I don't know, I'm seeing naked toilet paper rolls, right? Or maybe later on in life that your kid's classroom ended up needing a bunch of naked paper toilet rolls for a project. There's something that you've been gathering. There's a reason behind it, and you're fixing to put it to good use. You'll see the hummingbird right before this happens for you too. Spirit of the West, look at that, 33, and look, 12, 12, that's 3 and 3. Triangles here, spirals. Something coming into alignment for you. Not the Wicked Witch of the West, okay? And drought. Nurture yourself through this drought, okay? You could be having a big drought on love as well. Wild winds, going where the wind may take you. Okay, so this card we're reading right here. When rage is projected inward, destruction joins confusion, and we break. What seems to be a cold iron coat rack is topped by a broken stone statue of a fairy. Oh, it is. Okay. Visible from only the chest up, stone roses are at her breast, and crack cuts her face and her body. A jewel is on her forehead. A silvery insect wings stand at her back. A crescent golden slice of the moon is like a halo behind her. It is possible to glimpse, suspended in the void, also the hands of the stone fairy. Her hands are suspended in the void. The sentence says, losing a sense of self is a crescendo of noise, a decrescendo of pain, and a prelude to nothingness. You feel like you're going dark. If I were to cut off my legs, would I still be me? If I were to carve out my heart, would I still be me? If my flesh would turn to stone, if my lungs were emptied of air, if my dream to fly were to be forced in chains and hanged out like an expired balloon, would I still be me? I fought and lost, broken beyond recognition, not by the shallow sight of bystanders who can pity but who can't understand. I cannot even recognize myself, through the sobs, through the tears, and when silence finally comes, trough the empty motions and the conventional smiles. Who did this to me? I did, maybe. Maybe not. What is broken can be mended, not so that it returns whole, but at least until it tells his name anew. My name. And who will do that to me? I will. If you feel alone, I'm sorry for that. But also, there's this need. I'm looking over here. Vulnerability. The child I was to me, alone in the world, downcasting by my own pride. You know, there could have been something as a child that you were super proud of. Also, as I'm saying this, I heard time and time again. So no matter what you did or what you tried to do, maybe you gathered flowers for a parental figure in your life and they poo-pooed it. They were like, oh my God, I can't believe you plucked all those out of my garden. You know, like you ended up getting in trouble instead of going, oh, you know, that was really sweet of you, but don't do that next time. Like, I feel like somebody really downcast your pride. But if we don't vocalize how things make us feel or how people in our relationships make us feel, we're just going by assumption all the time that they have a hand out to make us feel like shit, or they had a hand out to hurt our feelings intentionally. Some people, you know, we can tell that they did it intentionally, but others, half the time, if there were a lot of things left unspoken, chances are they had no idea. And this is what's coming to truth too. It's like no more camouflaging these parts of yourself. Ravens and fox here, and the bear. Forward. Something that was forbidden. Some sort of denial. Denial of the beauty within a situation, okay? This too shall pass. And you're gonna get through it, I promise you. Because you're going through a rebirth. Be kind to yourself, okay? There is light at the end of the tunnel. And you're going to come out bigger, better, stronger, badder than ever. Sometimes we do have to go alone on this journey. But if we don't feel like anybody would understand us, then we'd still need to get those thoughts and feelings out onto paper or speak them out loud. Talk to yourself. Talk to your team. Talk to Mother Nature. Mother Nature, and here's Mother Gaia right here with inner wisdom. Getting out into nature would help. Talk to her. Talk to the trees. Talk to the birds. Talk to the Bees, the flowers. No, it won't be silly. You might feel silly at first because your ego will tell you it's silly. Stepping into your personal power. And look, bear, bear, eagle. Divine masculine. We're also balancing the masculine side within you. There's a cleansing here too. That says feather, but I was seeing father too. So healing some energies within that you held on to regarding a masculine figure in your life too. I hope it helped. I hope it made sense. I'm going to leave it right there. Love and light.